The last time I saw Michael Jackson, and actually for many of the last times I saw Michael Jackson in Santa Maria during the trial, I could tell that he was dying. There was just something about him that was gone. You know, that the spirit had been sucked out of him. You can't imagine what it was like unless you were there. And I was there every day, and I sat right behind him every day, and I watched him, and it was terrible.
How about that he just said he could tell he was dying? That's something, isn't it? That Michael Jackson's biographer, again, as he talked about the singer's spirit, particularly during his molestation trial in 2005. Remember, he was found not guilty of those charges. Now, In Session's Ryan Smith spoke with Jackson insiders about the molestation trial and Neverland Ranch.
What was it like in Neverland Ranch? Was it a place of fantasy? Was it... Tell me what it was like inside Neverland.
I would say it was a place of pure fantasy. First I went there about 10 years ago with Mrs. Jackson for a week, and we stayed there the weekend, Jermaine, his wife, and kids. And I was astonished. I said, my gosh, it was something to behold. I couldn't believe it, especially as a black man, to see another black man own this kind of property. It was unbelievable. And we had a 5,000-foot French chalet for movies to watch. It was just tremendous. He had these private cottages on the lake. It was just something to see. It was a true luxury. It was like a 10-star hotel.
And I think he was able to actually walk around and just be himself.
And he loved inviting fans and people. Speaking of molestation charges, there was a bed that he had inside the movie theater, inside the booth where the projections was. People would only use that bed for children. That was so insulting, so outrageous. It was for kids who were terminally ill.
Right.
What's that bed doing in there? You know, it was a king-size bed. Kids who were so, I guess, they dying days from Make-A-Wish would come there and lay down and watch a movie there. But it was something that he really, I thought he was very happy there, I thought.
There was talk that there were secret rooms inside Neverland Ranch, and then there was a lot of speculation, especially when the molestation charges came up, that those rooms were dubious in certain ways.
I think that's the media kind of twisting it.
I'll tell you what, the secret room out of Michael Jackson's in the bedroom used to be a fur vault for the woman who lived there before. He made a bedroom out of it, and each step going down, there was a little porcelain doll on each step.
Yeah.
What was Neverland like? I don't know, because I was never there. I've seen lots of pictures, I've seen lots of video of it inside, and it was opulent and beautiful, Tudor-style mansion, gorgeous. I will tell you what they said at the criminal trial. They said it was a child magnet. It was a beautiful place with swimming pools and slides.
I disagree. I
And a movie
mean,
theater,
adults are there more than children. That's absolutely that's outrageous to say.
And that's
Yeah,
what they
absolutely.
said at the.
At the
You know what?
trial.
I don't interrupt you.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, Diane. Go ahead.
Okay,
Go ahead.
I'm just.
I'll say in security terms, a lot of people do have those kind of rooms because we call it panic rooms.
Okay.
Right.
Let me, first, Diane, I want you to finish your point about they're saying this at the trial.
That's right. That's not me saying
Oh,
it.
okay, all right.
Okay, it's probably hard to hear me, Steve, because I'm talking over this way. I don't know what Neverland was like because I never got inside, but I did see a lot of video at the trial. I've seen lots of pictures and layouts and diagrams. It's beautiful. It's a sanctuary. But I also remember at the criminal trial, the prosecution said that it was a child's magnet. It had swimming pools and movie theater with all the popcorn and candy you could eat. It had its own amusement park with a petting zoo and giraffes and Ferris wheels. And if that was Michael Jackson reliving his own childhood, that's one thing, but that's not what we heard at the criminal trial.
Now, Steve, talk to me about that, because the question people always would ask when they would talk about Neverland Ranch is, well, there's so many children there. Why was he around so many children?
Because he thought children were innocent, and they were innocent. They were childlike. And again, there were adults as well as children there. I've been there about maybe 20 occasions at the ranch, and always had a good time. There were adults there also. And he did tell me when the police did raid the place, he would never step foot there again. He thought he was violated, that he was raped, that the police raped the place, that he had never went there. Yes. He'd never step foot back there again.
You believe the same, Michael?
Yeah, well, he told us. He said the same thing to
person,
us.
yes.
Yeah, he said the same thing, that he wouldn't go back because the place was scarred. And you know, from a security standpoint, we felt that it wouldn't even be a smart move because there's no telling what's in the rafters and inside the walls. You know, after everybody's in there. So, yeah, he looked at it being scarred. I'm sorry?
You mean eavesdropping equipment?
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
Okay, but so he felt that way about Neverland after that raid, but still, was he aware that he was a grown man spending a lot of time with children and that people would ask questions
He didn't
about
find
that?
anything wrong with that because he
Not
thought
at
he
all.
was innocent, that nothing was happening. That's what he told me many times.
If you know Mr. Jackson, and he'll probably agree. If you know Mr. Jackson, you know that he shouldn't have been in that trial. You know,
And you know why in the trial, I'm going to say...
he's a child himself, and at the
And-
same time, there's probably not a whole lot of people telling him saying, "Hey, you know, it doesn't look right," because there's a lot of yes people. There were a lot of yes people, but Mr. Jackson was a child himself.
I had a conversation with Mr. Jackson. That trial killed Michael Jackson.
Absolutely.
That's what really killed him.
Absolutely.
On the day, even though he found
Absolutely.
him not guilty, he never was the same after that. He never was the same.
Why?
Never. It drained him. It
Drained
drained
him.
his soul and spirit.
Let's take it to the trial.